Okay. Whew. Hi everyone, it's Charm again from Ready to Adult Philippines, a channel about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and adulting how-tos. Okay, so very quickly, I want to give a shout out to last week's featured comments. Actually, it's not last week, it was yesterday because I'm trying to upload 2 times a week now. That's every Thursday and Sunday. So very quickly, here are the featured comments. And if you want to get your comments featured, then comment down below. And here are our Instagram shout outs. Go ahead and follow them on Instagram. And if you guys want to get featured, then you can Insta story this video and tag me at Reddit Adult PH. Okay, so I'm addicted to watching budget breakdown videos. I don't know if it's just me, but a couple of months ago, this was a trend in YouTube. But when I was planning to do that, the lockdown hit, and I thought that my expenses would drastically change, which it did. And it's been a whole quarter now. It's been more than 4 months in quarantine or lockdown here in the Philippines. So I have enough data and I thought I'd share to you guys what I spend in a month in quarantine as a 26-year-old here in Cebu, Philippines. Okay, so I usually do my budgeting through an app and later on I would transfer it to an Excel sheet. So I have my Excel sheet over here, but I transferred it in my notebook so that I can just clearly see what I'm going to be sharing to you guys today. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, 2 things. First, subscribe to this channel. And second, I want to give a few disclaimers. Just note that I am the breadwinner of our family and both of my parents are retired. Okay, so with that said, let's jump right into the numbers. So note that I'm not going to be sharing like my savings and my investments. That can be in a separate video. This is purely what I spend, so just the expenses. So I group them into 4 major categories. So first is the essentials or my month-to-month expenses. And the next is the more discretionary expenses, which I call as my lifestyle budget. And then the third are my subscriptions. So they're also recurring every month. And the last is my insurance. Okay, so for most of the recurring expenses, I went on and averaged what I spent from April to June. Okay, so first is condo or home renovation. So the budget was 20,000 pesos because at the beginning of the year, I was planning to buy a condo and there has been some setbacks, so I haven't been paying for that yet. And I also labeled it home renovations because we've been doing renovations here and there in the house. And also, I'm currently in a condo with my boyfriend. So this is kind of what I've been spending this budget on. And the actual cost is 5,883 and 67 centavos. Okay, so that's 1,372 and 86 cents a week. And this goes partly to my contribution for the rent and utilities here in the condo, and we had a few stuff fixed in the house. Okay, so before we move on any further, yes, I am currently in the condo. So half of the lockdown, we stayed at home with our families. And then around a month ago, we came to the condo because I really wanted to focus on filming. Okay, so I contribute for stuff here and I also pay for stuff at home. So next is gas or transportation. So initially, the budget was 5,000 pesos and the actual is 557 and 86 cents. And a week that comes out to 130 pesos and 17 cents. I'm gassing up 1 full tank every 2 months now. It used to be 2 to 3 times a month, so I'm definitely saving a lot on that. And the next is labeled home allowance. So it's the budget that I give to my mom for the spendings at home. So she just budgets the 10,000 pesos. And that used to be including groceries. But now, I made the grocery a separate category. So that is down to 5,627 pesos. So weekly, that's around 1,312 and 97 cents. Okay, so let's move on to groceries. For groceries, ever since the lockdown, I budgeted 10,000 pesos for it. Just because we buy a lot more because every meal is eaten at home. So for the groceries, I went over. It's 11,189 pesos and 1 cent. that is 2,610 and 77 cents. This is for 4 people, I would say, because at home, my mom and dad is there. And of course, my grocery contributions here in the condo, and my sister is also there. And usually this is just for essentials and food because my sister also buys her own grocery. Okay, so next is our electricity. So I budgeted this to be 6,500 a month, and I've been spending 6,415 and 76 cents. So for electricity, that's 1,479 and 1 centavo. Okay, so this is the electricity for our house. And again, we're around 4 to 5 people there. And I'm actually surprised it didn't go up since we're always at home nowadays. But like I said, my parents are retired, so they were usually at home anyways. So next is 2 Globe postpaid plans and 1 Sun plan. Okay, so 1 Globe is mine, and then the other 2 are my mom's, Globe and Sun. So I budgeted 3,000 pesos for this. But since we're always home and we usually use the Wi-Fi for data, I only spent 2,533 and 66 centavos. So under budget for that again. That comes out to 591 and 19 cents. And the next is our Wi-Fi from PLDT, which is 1,699. So that's a fixed cost. So that's 1,699 for the actual cost. And that's 396 and 43 centavos per week. So for essentials, that comes out to 33,905 and 95 centavos per month, or 7,911 and 39 cents. Okay. Whew. I'm not really surprised with the numbers because I have been tracking my expenses for around 2 years now. So I'm pretty familiar with the numbers that I'm telling you guys. Okay, so let's move on to the discretionary or lifestyle spendings. So first up is travel, and the budget is 8,000 pesos. This is down from my 10,000 pesos every month last year. So I made a video on how I planned and budgeted my 120,000 travel budget last year. So I will link that up in the cards. But this quarantine, we haven't been traveling. But we did book tickets for Japan next year, because we're hopeful that we can travel by then. And we bought round-trip tickets to Japan for 1,141 and 93 cents. So I'm pretty proud of that. I hope we don't have to cancel. But yeah, so that's there. That's the actual cost. And that's the only thing I spent for travel the past 3 months. Okay, so next is eating out. The budget is 10,000 pesos. So before the quarantine, the 10,000 peso home allowance is already for the grocery and laundry because I almost never eat at home. I go to the office, I have lunch meetings, and then I have dinner out. That's kind of why I needed to double the budget for the home allowance ever since everyone has to stay home now. So basically, the new grocery category would have been my eating out allowance, but also we get food delivery sometimes. So I included that in this category. So the actual expenses would be 4,930 and 83 cents, which comes out to around 1,150 and 53 cents per week. Okay, so next is shopping, and the budget for that is 10,000 pesos. Okay, so another disclaimer, I don't shop clothes that often, but when I do, it's kind of big ticket items. Like when I buy a bag, I make sure it's a good investment, or when I buy shoes, I don't want that to make a dent on my savings. So I try to set aside money for shopping, but I almost never really use up the 10,000 pesos. It's usually when I travel, maybe I would buy a few things. And also, my skincare budget is here. So yeah, but the whole quarantine, I spent 0 pesos on shopping. Not even online shopping because I didn't really need anything at home. But now that I'm in the condo, I might be buying a few stuff. And I'm gonna be showing that to you guys maybe in the next video or two. Okay, so shopping, actual 0 per month, 0 per week. Okay, for now. Okay, so the next category is miscellaneous, or the cash expenses like tips and also entertainment. I put it here, so when we go to music festivals, when we watch movies, so this is where we put it. And I budgeted 5,000 pesos for this, and again, for quarantine, it's 0. Okay, so 0 per month, 0 per week, real fast. Okay, so next is parking / car wash, or anything basically for my car that doesn't involve gas. So maintenance is also here. So I budgeted around 500 a month for this, or 6,000 pesos a year. For the quarantine, I spent 142 pesos. And this also includes parking fees. Okay, so next are gifts. And usually gifts are two things. They're either for parties, for weddings, or for donations. Okay, so for the quarantine, I donated 2,500 pesos. I didn't really get any gifts, even if my father's birthday, Mother's Day, and Father's Day passed by, because I baked them cookies and I baked them cakes. Well, attempted to bake them cookies and cakes, but yeah. And that comes out to 583.33 pesos a week. Okay, so next category is Minnie. So Minnie is my dog. That's her. And I budgeted around 500 pesos for hers. So this is for her dog food, dog treats, her grooming, her vet visits. And this 500 pesos is not even enough on a normal basis, because somehow she always wants to be taken to the vet for checkup. So I usually go over it. But during the quarantine, because we didn't get a chance to have her groomed, it's only 434.35 pesos. And that's usually just because of her food and treats. That comes out to around 101.35 cents. Okay, so next category is YouTube or Ready to Adult PH. I budgeted here 2,000 pesos. Okay, so I have a subscription to Canva, and I also buy like a tripod or microphones like this. Okay, so that came out to 1,125.55 cents a month. So that's around 262.63 cents a week. So the last category for the lifestyle section is health, beauty, and fitness. And this is budgeted to around 500 pesos. Okay, so this is a very small portion of my budget. It's only when I go to skin clinics or when I go work out in a gym, because usually before I just run. Right now I'm not really working out, but yeah. So I spent 0 pesos on this, so 0 a month, 0 a week. So for the lifestyle or discretionary spending, that's 10,274.67 cents, or 2,397.42 cents a week. Okay, so the lifestyle section is really what I can play around with. So if you notice, I drastically reduced my spending in that area, because I can't really like reduce too much in the essentials part. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself for that. Okay, so let's move on. Next is subscription. So these are personal subscriptions, so it's different from the Ready to Adult subscriptions. So I have Netflix. I split the family plan, which is 550 pesos with 2 of my other friends, so that's split to 3. It's 183.33 centavos a month. So it comes out to around 42.78 pesos a week. Okay, so next is my Apple iCloud. So I got storage for 200 gigabytes because I film everything on my phone right here. That's 149 pesos a month, or it comes out to 34.77 pesos a week. Okay, and last, I have my Spotify, which is 129 pesos a month, or 30.10 pesos a week. Okay, so that totals to 461.33 centavos a month, and that's 107.64 pesos a week for my subscriptions. Okay, so last is insurance. Okay, I have 4 policies here. First is my AXA, and that's 2,250 and 15 centavos a month. So that comes out to around 525.3 centavos a week. I have here Manulife, 4,254 and 22 centavos a month, and that comes out to 992 and 65 centavos a week. I have here my Life, which is 4,449 and 15 centavos, or that's around 1,038.13 a week. And I have here Vitality. Vitality is an extension of my Life. Every time I hit the target steps goal, they give benefits or rewards like 200 pesos every week. So that's 100 pesos a month, and that comes out around 23.33 pesos a week. Okay, so last is FWD. This is like my health insurance, 2,766.67 pesos a month, and that's 645 and 56 pesos a week. So that totals to 13,820 pesos and 18 centavos a month for my insurance. So that's 3,224.71 centavos a week. By no means am I saying that everyone should have this much insurance policies. It's just that, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I am the breadwinner. So just in case anything happens to me, I want my family to be okay. I want my parents to be okay because they're still kind of like young retirees. Okay, so all in all, for the essentials, for the discretionary spending, the subscriptions, and the insurance, my monthly total is at 58,462.13 centavos. Okay, so in a week, that's 13,641 and 16 centavos. Okay, so I know that seems a lot, and I'm certainly not making this video to brag or anything, but I really enjoy analyzing and getting to know what other people spend, and just to really make talking about money not so taboo. And I feel like by making a video like this, that would help. But yeah, so usually people make this video like they really vlog what they do throughout the week and everything that they consume. So maybe I can do that in a future video, especially if we're not in quarantine or lockdown anymore, because sometimes I also feel like those types of videos are not really accurate. They don't really count how much they pay for rent or for gas or for things like that. I just feel like showing you guys my accurate numbers are more reflective of what I really spend in a week or a month. So yeah, I know this is a different kind of video, so let me know if you guys are interested to see similar videos like this. And as always, please hit like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I cannot thank you guys enough. We're almost 2,000 subscribers, so please share these videos to your friends and to your family. And again, I know that adulting's already hard, but personal finance doesn't have to be. That's why I make these types of videos and encouraging you guys to talk more about money. And again, this has been Charm from Ready to Adult Philippines, and I will see you on my next video.